1 container of cottage cheese into our blender. We're making another high protein, low carb, healthy dessert using, yes, cottage cheese. So we have our cottage cheese, and now I'm going to take some powdered sugar, or as I always say, you can use a powdered sugar replacement. I'm using monk fruit, and I'm going to add about 1/2 cup to the blender. I'm gonna grab my lid to the blender. Actually, I forgot one more ingredient. We're gonna add a big splash of vanilla extract, about 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna add our lid to our blender. I'm gonna move my blender right here, and we are just going to blend this until smooth. You may have to stop the blender once and just scrape down the sides just to make sure that we are getting all of the cottage cheese nice and smooth. We want it to be a completely smooth texture, which is also a good thing because I know that a lot of people don't like cottage cheese just because of the texture. So this kind of handles that whole issue. We're just gonna blend one more time. Alrighty, this should be perfect. Let me get this out of the way. I'm just gonna take a large bowl here and pour my cottage cheese mixture right into the bowl. It's almost like a fluffy pudding type texture right now. This honestly on its own would be really good with some berries for a healthy low carb dessert, but we are gonna take it to the next level and we're gonna make some healthy cookie dough. Yes, cookie dough from cottage cheese. I was so skeptical of this recipe the first time. From here, we are going to add 2/3 cup of vanilla protein powder. Trust me guys, I was a little skeptical of this recipe. Actually, I was a lot skeptical of this recipe the first time I tried it, but I am a changed woman after I tried it. It is seriously so good. Now we're gonna start with 1 cup of almond flour, a little bit more, but that's okay. And we might end up adding more, but I'm just gonna start with that. And we're gonna stir this all together. My almond flour was in the freezer, so there's a few little clumps in there that I'll have to kind of stir out really good. You guys, look at how much this looks like real cookie dough. The texture is absolutely perfect for cookie dough. So now, you probably guessed it, I'm gonna add my chocolate chips, and we're gonna give it one more mix. Does this not look like the perfect cookie dough consistency? I personally love eating the cookie dough when I'm making cookies, so this is a great way to kind of get that cookie dough feel, but it's also healthier and obviously safe to eat without cooking. All right guys, so you can eat this as it is or just keep it in the bowl and set it in the fridge and just pull it out whenever you want a healthier snack. But I like to transfer it to some glass dishes here, so it's just perfectly portioned out for me and I can just grab one whenever I want a snack. So I'm gonna grab my little cookie scooper and I'm just going to add it to these dishes. I'll probably add more than 1 scoop, but let's just see where this gets us. And then I'll just add the rest to these containers. You could even freeze a few of these if you wanted, but I just keep them stored in the fridge and snack on them all week long when I have a sweet tooth, usually around 3 o'clock every day. I have a big sweet tooth, so this is the perfect thing to keep stored in my fridge for when that sweet tooth craving strikes. And then I have my little lids here. So I'll just pop a lid on each one of these. Aren't these containers so cute? They're perfect for, you know, kind of portioning out desserts like this. And then before we put a lid on the last one, of course, I need to do a taste test. I have had this before, I'm not gonna lie, and I absolutely love it, but we're gonna do a little taste test on camera. The perfect cookie dough texture. So good, you guys. High protein, low carb, healthy cookie dough. All right, time for a taste test.